morning. All right, let's see how my voice holds. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, I like this way. I like this way better. There we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to understand what? The first thing we're going to do is understand that we're going to have 4 digits. Because we'll have 4 digits, right? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to put 4 digits on the abacus. When we do 4 digits on the abacus, we do 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what 4 looks like. And then 9 on the abacus looks like that. So we have 5 and 4 is equal to 9. So when the top beat is touching the reckoning bar, that is what's considered counted. So these 2 columns are counted. Nothing else is being counted. But I'm still continuing on with my number. So I have 3 on the abacus. I have my 3 in my question. Excuse me. I have 1, 2, 3. And then I have 2. 1, 2. So we have our 4-digit number. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice that there's 4, 9, 3, 2. Welcome, 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 everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, sorry. I need to close the door. There we go. All right. Sorry. All right. So, thank you, everybody for joining. Hello, hello, hello. We are learning how to read the abacus. Learning how to read the abacus. Please keep your mind open for something different. Hello. So, we're going to color in the number on the abacus. So, we have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 9. 5 plus 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we have 3. 1, 2, 3. Excuse me. And then we have 2. 1, 2. So when we look, we have 4, 9, 3, 2. So that's what that looks like. So our next number is going to be 3,722. Hello, hello, hello. When we're looking, what we're doing is we're trying to understand how to read the abacus. For those of you that are interested, I do have it available in my shop. And I will teach you how to read it. So we want to do 3. The first thing I do is usually clear my abacus. When I clear my abacus, thank you for the follow, Yoshi. Thank you so much. Thank you for the follow. I didn't. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow. Okay, so we have 3,722. So we have 3,000 on the abacus, right? 1, 2, 3. How do I know it's thousands? Because if I use this as my ones place, the reason why is because I have this label. This label tells me that this is my ones indicator. So this is my label for my ones. So when I bring it back down, right, it's going to show me 3. I'm sorry, yeah, my 3,000, so it's 3000. I want to do 700. 700 is 3 columns over. Why? Because it's my ones, tens, hundreds. So I have my 700, looks like that. Don't forget, now what it looks like is I have 2 columns being used because I have beads touching the reckoning bar. As the beads touch the reckoning bar, they're counted. So the top bead is a value of 5, the bottom bead is a value of 2. Not value 2, a value of 1. So I have 2 items. I have 2, so that's why it's a value of 1. So thank you, Giselle, for joining. And then I have 2 and then 2. So we have 1, 2, 1, 2, and then 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3. So now what we're going to do is we're going to color it in. And when we color it in, welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, apartment. Good morning, doorway. Good morning, wall. Morning, ceiling. Good morning, floor. Ready to start the day.
So I'm doing 7 right now. So we have 2 on the top, 1 on the top, which is a value of 5, and then we have 2 beads on the bottom. And then we have 2 beads on the bottom. Notice that I don't have the top bead touching. That's why it's 2. If I have the top bead touching, this is why it's 7. So if I add the top, this is 7. If I take away the top, it is now 2. And it's the same thing with the 3. Because I have 3, the top bead is not touching the reckoning bar. It is still 3. But once I bring it down, now we're 8. So we have 3 or 8. But it's all about the slight difference of the positioning of the beads. So we have to be careful what the beads look like. Every time the beads are touching the reckoning bar, this is my reckoning bar. Explain that the blue counts as 5. Yes, exactly. I don't understand. that's what that means. It's just meaning of 5, right? So when we're looking, we have 5 plus 3 is equal to 8. If we take it away, then it's 3. So when we have it, we can count 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. That's it. That's all it is. That's all it is. It's just a representation of the 5. And so then we have 6. How do I know? Because I have 1 plus 5 is 6. I have 2 plus 5 is 7. I have 3 plus 5 is 8. I have 4 plus 5 is 9. Here's another question. It would be the same concept as a nickel. How do you explain what a nickel is? A nickel is 5 cents, right? 5 pennies. Well, how does this work? Well, that's what this means. That's what the 5 means. Does that make sense? So it's not a explain, that's what it is. It's a label. That's what this is. Right? Does that make sense? Do the colors have significance? No. That's a very good question, but thank you, Yoshi. No. If I did this, so even if you're colorblind, you could still do the abacus. And a lot of the abacus is usually single colors. When I used my colorful one, it's only because it's pretty and it's easy and it's fun. I was explaining. I'm sorry. I don't know what that word is. Oh! Yes! Thank you! Thank you, doll. I see. This. Yes. Yeah, exactly. So for the colors, thank you, doll. Thank you so much for the comment. So for the colors, it doesn't mean. It's all about the positioning of the beads. So the top bead is a value of 5, and the bottom bead is a value of. That's how mine looks. Oh, you got one too. That's awesome. Yeah. Is yours a 13-column abacus as well? This one is a 13-column abacus, and I do sell this one as well on my shop. And so this is 13 columns, and it's all about the positioning of the beads. So when I have the bottom beads, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Does that make sense, Yoshi? How many columns do you have, doll? How many columns do you have? And then, and you'll notice that there's still labels. So I choose this one to be my ones label, and then this is my thousands, and then over here will be my millions. Yeah. No? Uh-oh. There's a little bit of a delay. Yeah. So, thank you. Okay, we're going to continue on. So our next number, I'm going to change back. So my next number is 8,646. So, oh yeah. Thank you, doll, for the help. So we have 8,646. So again, when the top bead is counted, that means, or touching the reckoning bar, it's being counted. Because it's being counted, this is called 5. So then we can count on, we do 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is 8. 5 plus 3 is 8. We have 6. 5 plus 1 is 6. We have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we have 6. 5 plus 1 is 6. So then when we put it on the abacus, we have 8,000. So we do 8, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is what 8 looks like on the abacus. And we're just going to color it in because I just wanted to show that there's a one-to-one relationship. So then we have, image, right? And we're trying to transfer it to the picture. So this is 6 right here. We have 5, 6. This is in the hundreds, and then this is in the tens. So the tens is 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 40, 4 tens, and then this is 6. Thank you so much for liking my live. Thank you so much. So then we have 5 and then 6. Like Roman numerals? Kind of like Roman numerals. Yes, kind of like Roman numerals. I wasn't thinking that it would be, but as I keep hearing about it, it makes a lot of sense. Because why? Well, when we look at 7, right, we have 5, 6, 7. We have 8, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 9, 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, It's either this way or we have to do a subtraction, right? Until now. Best analogy. Yes, I think so. I think it's a better analogy than tally marks, but I think that's a great one. And then, yeah, and as people start talking about it, I was like, oh, that does make sense. So when I do 6, 6 looks like that. But the problem is 4 is not 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is actually 1 minus V. So when we're looking, we have 1, I'm sorry, this is what 4 is on the abacus. But on the Roman numerals, I don't think we do 4 like this. I think the 4 is 1 minus V. And then we have 9. No, that's not right. Then we have 8. So we have 5. Oh, sorry, I can't see that. You're right. So we have 5. So if we're doing 8, we have 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, I think so. I think so. Yeah, because I don't think this is a thing and that's a thing. And that's the other thing is you could do tally marks. You could do tally marks, but that's as far as it goes, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You could do that. That would be the tally mark. And then if you do 6, that'd be 6. This is 7. That'd be 7. That'd be 8. That'd be 8. And then 9. 9. So what's 10? This is not 10. This is 5, 5. Servers were. Oh yeah, thank you, Chris. Good morning. Good morning, Chris. Good morning.
Step 2, greet the day, smile, and say, Good morning, city!
Oh yeah, okay, yes. Thank you, doll. Yes. So 9 would be 1 minus 10. Servers are working better. Yeah. Yeah, it completely shut me out when I went on yesterday. No, Roman numerals never pass 3. Oh, that's good to know. Yeah, that's very good to know. Okay, so we're going to continue on. But yes, thank you. Roman numerals. That's a really good analogy. Yeah, but the one thing is we do go to 4. So we have 5,000. So that's what that is. 5,300. 1, 2, 3. We have 2, 1, 2, and then 3 again. 1, 2, 3. So we have so we have 5 and then 3. 1, 2, 3. We have 2 over here. There's 2 beads here, so we're going to put 2 beads. And then we have 3. 1, 2, 3. We have 1, 2, 3. So we have 5,323. What values are the beads to the right? Oh, that's a very good question. That one happens to be decimals. Thank you so much. Yes. So when we're looking, we have our ones, our tens, our hundreds, our thousands. But then after the ones will be the decimal. The decimal sits between the ones and the tenths. So here we have our tenths and our hundredths. Yes, Jay, it is math class. It is math class. Abacus is math. And I'm showing just how to read the numbers on the abacus, which is crazy because once you know how to read the abacus once you know how to read the numbers on the abacus, you can add, subtract, multiply, and divide. Thank you, Michael, for the rose. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Yoshi. These are very good questions because that's why I know then you're actively learning and not passively watching. And that's what the point is, right? The point is to actively learn because when you actively learn, you'll start getting to understand, right? My son absolutely loves math. Yes! But this concept is crazy. I think he might actually bet it, but can you show how to divide on the abacus? I can show how to divide on the abacus. However, but it'd be good to understand how to read the abacus, Angel. Oh, this is not a pointless. But if that's the case, so is your username. So, anyways. So the next number we have is 4,000. How does it start using the abacus for equations? What kind of equations? Like algebra? It wouldn't. This is only basic arithmetic. Adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing. Where do you use this in life? Usually in grade school, or entertaining entertaining people on videos, because there's Michelle, that's the human calculator. She battled against, you can do battles. She battled against Bill Gates, who was using a calculator, and she was able to do the abacus in her brain. You could go to the Guinness World Record and get the fastest number to add up to 100 items under 30 seconds, right? You could use it, or you can keep your brain active. Why do people do Sudoku? Why do people do jigsaw puzzles and word searches? Why do you do puzzles in general? People who do puzzles in general is trying to keep their mind active. So that's what it would be. Oh, thank you, 11. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for commenting. So, it just standard math, nothing too complex. Oh, well, it's just adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing. Those are the things. Exercise your brain, right, Chris? Exactly. Exercise your brain. I'm sorry. Yes, grade school. Yes, my son always liked these things, but he never. Oh, that's too sad. That's too bad. I'm sorry. Those comments are really flying. I've always wanted to tell my kid I'd be doing my taxes by the time he graduates elementary school. Ignore the haters. Funny. The haters is what keeps the haters is what it keeps my brain active, and it keeps it kind of lively, because I do find it funny. Anyways, I think it definitely has to uses for its own reasons. People just say, "Yep, yeah, no, I understand. I've been on live, and I get trolls. So it's either you're trying or you're trolling, and a lot of people troll. No, a lot of people try, but some people are trying to troll, right, Chris?" But yeah, sometimes that's like my best bits is when I start like really leaning into those trolls. Anyways, or the haters. Or even, you know what? But it's not necessarily haters, right? Because sometimes actually people have a viable discussion. And so then we start talking about, where the benefits lie. Because not everybody knows where the abacus lies. You know what I mean? So they may not just be haters. They could just be not understanding why it would be important and why it has survived the test of time. You know what I mean? So that's the other thing, is understanding why the abacus has stood the test of time, because this has been around since Mesopotamia, which is like before Christ. However, it is not part of the Eurocentric math. It is not part of Western math, and I don't know why, but it should be. Like, we have these counting tools and we have counting bears, but with all the counting bears and the counting tools, we never introduced the abacus. But abacus is actually quite popular in all the other parts in the world, right? So all the other parts in the world is like India, Japan, Korea, China, all the Asian countries. And some of them actually brought it into their curriculum, which is really crazy. I've seen you turn haters into... Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. How many years does it go back? Like Mesopotamia, before Christ. So I think it was like, I don't know, like 500 BC. Oh, yeah. So what would 100 look like? Would look like this. Thank you, dump. So we have 100. So this is our ones. Oh, yeah. And that was the other thing, is they're not necessarily hating. I think they're just making a comment because they just don't understand. And that's where I come from. Yes, this looks like a good... Yes, thank you, Angel. This looks like a good brain game. Yes. Yeah. Have you accidentally bumped? Yes, I have bumped it, and I was so mad, and I was like, but when I'm on live and I move my abacus, and I'm like, if it's a really big number, I would have to start over again. But yeah, you're exactly right, because the problem is the beads are very easy to move. Okay, sorry, good, back. So this is my ones place. There's a label right here. This is the ones. That's all it is. That's the ones. And so when we're looking, we have 1, 10, 100. That's what 100 looks like. So all it is every column is represented. So we have maybe the power of 0. Definitely. It's an elegant tool, and it's so funny. It only needs to show you the numbers. Once it shows you the numbers, you'll be able to do a lot more with it, which is crazy. Do they make them bigger? Yes. So I have a 13 column abacus because size matters. So the reason why is it's just more columns. If you need more columns, you can get more columns. And so I sell this one, and it's available in my shop, and It's exactly the same. The only thing is because this is 7 columns, I can only go up to 10,000. This one goes up to 10,000. This one can go up to either millions, or it can go to billions, or it can go to trillions. So if I use this as my ones, I have my ones, thousands, millions, billions, and then trillions. And so here's another thing, is if you wanted more numbers, you can get one that's 23 columns. I do not sell this because I don't think you need an abacus that's 23 columns. But this is an older abacus. I've had this for about 20 years because this is what they had in the beginning. Now, as people starting to see the benefits of abacus, there's starting to be more variety. So these are the two varieties that I have in my shop. That one was made out of bamboo, but these ones are made out of plastic. So thank you, Goddess. Yeah, I mean it's really quite interesting on how elegant they're all plastic, and they're very easy to move. Okay, so what we could do is, my friend would love it. Yeah, did I miss a turn? No, I'm still working with it. I'm just answering questions and having conversations. This is great. Thank you, Goddess, for the rose. Yes, please keep your mind open to something different.
Now, open your mind to me, please. Open your mind.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Please keep your mind open to something different because it is a different way of thinking math. It's a very different way of seeing what our numbers are. So the first one that we're going to do is we're going to understand this is a 4-digit number. Because it's a 4-digit number, I'm going to use 4 digits, 4 columns on my abacus. Every column on my abacus represents a place value. So when we do 4, this is what 4 looks like. This is 4,000, 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 3 on the abacus. We have 1, 2, 3. We have 5. This is 5. 5 will always be the top beat, and then this is 4. What? Hey, Lane. What age to teach a kid with the abacus? What does the blue? It just counts as 5. I would, if you have as young as 3, you could start as young as 3. I have books available, and I'm creating more books to be more abacus specific, but I do have one right now that is for 3, 4, and 5. Those are the kids that are just learning the numbers, and so we do a relationship of the numbers, and so we count forward, we count backwards, we do comparison. I do activities, right? I provide activities, and what else? Counting forward, counting backwards, understand the relationship. So what is the number that comes in between? What is the number that surrounds? And then we do comparison. After we do the comparison, then we start doing the adding and subtracting, which we will do in a little bit. What's the largest number on that abacus? This one would be 99,999. So when I write it, it would be 99,999.99. That would be the highest one. Thank you for the follow. Thank you, Rusty. Thank you, Lane, for the follow. So did that make sense? But I would have a limit. You could start them off, but if the kids are older, they already know their numbers. The only thing I would do would probably get them to understand how to read the abacus, and so then I would have mazes. So these mazes is talking about place values. We either can do the 2-digit maze, which is the 2s, right? The 2-digit mazes. You can do the 10s and the 1s, or you can do hundreds, 10s, and 1s. And then what we're doing is we're doing the 4-digit one. The 4-digit number is also there too. And then I do have it available in my. I do have those ones in my shop, but I am in the process of building out my shop. I gotta restock. I do have other books available here. My name is Lynette, and I've been teaching abacus for about 20 years. So the ones on the bottom are like the difference between one and yes, exactly. Rap. Yes, exactly. Kilty. Did that make sense? So the largest number on this abacus is 99,999. Yes. So just as we have here, I was talking previously, we're talking about Roman numerals. So if we remember our Roman numerals, if this was 6, right? 6 is 1 beat on top and 1 beat on the bottom. That's what 6 looks like. And then we have 7, 5, 6, 7. So we have 5, right? 6, and then 7. And then we have 8. We have 5, 6, 7, 8. I feel like now that I know, I can understand. Yes, exactly. And that's exactly the point, right? A lot of people are like, well, can't you just do some questions? I'm like, not everybody knows how to read it. Once you know how to read it, then it's a lot easier to follow. So, and that's why I have to go a little bit slower and not just answer all the questions. We will work with questions, but for right now, let's start about how to read it. And that's the biggest thing, because I could tell you what these numbers are, but if you don't understand how to read it, then you won't see the benefits for the abacus. Because what we're doing is we're visualizing our number. So when I do 4, 3, 5, 4. So on the abacus, I'm going to color it in. Now, this is the activity that I have because I wanted to solidify the concept of how to read the numbers. So all I'm doing is I'm just copying whatever I have on my abacus is what I'm going to color. So I have 4 on the abacus. I'm going to do 4 on my paper. I do 3 on the abacus. I do 3 on my paper. 1, 2, 3. And then I have 5. The top beat is always going to be 5. And then I have 4. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. And then our next number. So our next number is going to be 1,793. So on my abacus, I'm going to do 1,700, 5, 6, 7. 9 is all the beads touching. So notice that these beads are not touching, so they're not counted. So we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 3. 1, 2, 3. There we go. So our next number is, say that again. Hello, Jump. Thank you, Jump. So we have 1,000, because every column is a placeholder, right? Place value. 1,793. 3 ones, 9 tens, 7 hundreds, and 1 thousands. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the likes. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yes. Thank you, Rap. So if it's less than 5, you just use the bottom. Exactly. And the 5 is what makes everything move. So if we 3 on the abacus, 1, 2, 3, we have 4, 0, 6. Notice that this is 3. If I added the 5, now we have 8, because 5 plus 3 is 8. But it's not. It is 3. If I have 4 and then add the 5, we have 9. 5 plus 4 is 9. I'm going to remove it because that's not what the number is. But then if I take away the 5 from here, from the 6, then we have 1. That's it. So that's why we add the 5 to make it a 6. So I'm going to color in my abacus. I go 1, 2, 3. We have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 0, and then we have 6. 5, 6. See? So our next number is going to be 7,138. 7,138. We have 7. So we go on the abacus, we do 5. So these are the only beads that are touching the reckoning bar. This is the reckoning bar. So anytime the beads are touching the reckoning bar, it is being counted. So we have 1 here. This is what 1 looks like. This is 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we have 8. Notice I add the 5, right? They're kind of the same pattern. The only difference is there's a 5. So when I have 8, so 3 plus 5 plus 3 is equal to 8. And our next number is 9,574. Did that make sense, Jump? So on the abacus, I'm going to do 9,000. So we have 9 on the thousands column. So I'm going to color in 9. All the beads are touching the reckoning bar. That's what's being considered 9. We have 5, and then we have 7. 2 plus 5 is 7, and then we have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice when the 5, the bottom beads are not touching the reckoning bar, that means that these are not counted. So any beads that are not touching the reckoning bar, it is considered not counted. It's down. Oh, right. So what's our next number? So our next number, our next number is 2,500 86. So we have 2,000 on the abacus. All we got to do is count 2 bottom beads. We have 1 top bead, and then here is 8. 8 is 1 top bead and 3 bottom beads, just like the Roman numeral. We have 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we have 6, 5, 6. So 6 as Roman numerals look like that. There we go. So even though that this is a smaller number, this is three digits, 5, 6, 7, I'm sorry, 4, 5, 6, we only need to use 3 columns on the abacus. And so we do 4, 5, and 6. That's what we're doing. For sure, have to have it level tabled. Yes. Yes, you have to put it on a level table. But there was somebody who was actually having a problem with it because they have nowhere to go. So what you could do is you could put like a piece of cloth underneath it to stiffen the beads. You could do that. So you know how yours is in the back? So you could put like some sort of felt, and because you're not looking for speed, you're looking for learning, right? So you could put like some sort of felt between the backing of the beads and the back. Kitty Spark, or just, yes, you can do multiplication and division on the abacus. Usually on the abacus we do long division and distributive property. Those are the 2 things that we do on the abacus. So we have 456. That's what 456. Yeah, you're welcome. Nice tip. Yeah. Yeah. And so depending on what the plan is the plan just to understand the concept, then you could put something felt over there. I think the reason why they did it like this is because they wanted to provide speed for when they start going to competitions and stuff. And they're thinking that, you're in a leveled area. There are other abacus. Oh, thank you, Antonio. There are other abacus. One of them is called a Kramer abacus, and those are for people that are blind. They can't see, and theirs is actually a lot stiffer. I don't know how they use it, but no, but I'm sorry. They use the Soroban method for that. Yeah. Okay. So we did 1,000. Well, our last one. Okay, we got our last one. So our last one is 1,280. Notice it's 4 digits, and don't forget the 0. Just like our paycheck, you don't want to forget our 0 because that would be a very small paycheck, right? So remember the 0 is here. This is the ones place. We're going to put 8 over here, and then we do 2, and then we do 1. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow, Matthew and Antonio. Thank you. So we have 1 on the abacus. That's what 1 looks like. We have 2, 1, 2. And then we have 8. The 8 looks like this. We have 1 bead on top and 3 beads on the bottom. There we go. So we have 1,280. That's what that means. All right. So we are done with my maze. Well, I am done with my maze. Now it's going to be your turn to do a maze. So what are we going to do? We're going to do the 3-digit, but I don't have that in stock right now. But we're going to do 3-digit. We'll do 3, we'll do 2. We'll do 2. You know what? We'll do 2. Yeah, we'll do 2. You know why? Because I have that in stock. Let me pin that. There, it's over there. And it comes with an abacus, and this is the abacus. I was wondering why you use certain... it's because the place of the... It's actually not a decimal. It's the marker. It's a marker. It's a marker. So when you look, there's 2 markers. There's 1 marker here and there's another marker here. It's like a little label. So when I look at it and I use this as my ones place, then I know that this is the thousands. You know what I mean? Or if I really wanted to, I can shift everything over and make this my home. Make this my ones place. Then I'd shift everything over and then I'd have a lot more decimals. So it's all about placements of the placement. It's like a Pokemon. You just need to choose one.
Choose you!
So that's where this would come into play when we start doing this. So here, if I had my number 1,000, I'm sorry, 1, right? 1 point, my decimal sits between my ones and my tenths. So this is a point. The point's right here. It's not labeled because it's just a placem. It's just like it's not even a placeholder, right? It's not a value. So it just sits in between 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. That's what that would look like. Yeah. So it actually doesn't matter which dot you choose. Good morning, applesauce. Good morning.
Good morning, apartment. Good morning, doorway. Morning wall. Morning ceiling. Good morning, floor. Ready to start the day.
Good morning. Good morning. Yes, we're learning, and the questions have been really good. I've only had one person that was kind of like, "What's the point?" But that's fine too. Good morning, Jonas.
Step 2, greet the day, smile, and say, Good morning, city.
All right. So we're going to start with this number over here. Oh, I can't see that. Nope, I can't see that either. Okay, what number do you think this is? I feel like the Breakfast Club. I love it. I love it. Yeah. Exactly. Thank you, Rapwood. It is 59. We have the 5, and then we have the 8. Sorry, 58. Almost, consider. It has double-decker couch, so we can we can watch, yeah, and be buddies. Yes, thank you, Jonas. It is 58. We have 5 on the top bead, because these are touching, right? When the top beads are touching, this is considered 5. So we have 5 on the top bead and then 3. So we have 5 and 8. 5 plus 3 is 8. Did that make sense, Concetta? Yes, so we can be buddies. Okay, so our next number it's just a 2-digit number. We have our 10s and we have our 1s. What number do we think this is? Oh, I gotta bring that down. There we go. Yes, 92. Yes, thank you, 92. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Jonas. So when we're looking, we have 90, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then we have 2. Thank you, Rapwood. It is 2, 1, 2. Anytime the beads are touching the reckoning bar, it is considered counted. So we have 2 columns, and so the beads are touching. These beads that are down here and then this one up here is not touching the reckoning bar. They're not counted. So that's what 192 looks like. And then we have our next number. So what does our next number look like? Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Rapwood. Yes, because it's 1 and then 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well done. Almost, Jonas. The 5 is not touching the top bead. Because the 5 is not touching the top bead, it is not counted. Here's our next question. So we have, thank you, thank you, Jonas. So I have our next number. What is our number? And the thing is just try to understand how to read the abacus. Thank you. It is 44. Thank you, Rapwood. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Jonas. Yes, thank you, thank you. And so once we understand how to read the abacus, we might have some time to do some adding and subtracting, but I think I'm going to be off in about 20 minutes. Thank you, MT Rabbit. And Curly Nessie for the follow. Yeah, this one's going to be a short lesson just because I got to get ready for class. So our next number is, thank you, Chris. It is 66. How is it coming along? How are you doing with the book? Are you enjoying the book, Chris? I hope you're enjoying it. I really like it. I really like it. So that's what 66 looks like. Thank you for the follow, Jonas. Almost done. That's crazy. That's crazy. That is so crazy. Why are you using the middle? Because I have a marker right here. Thank you so much for the question, the real deal. There is a marker right here. This marker tells me that this is my ones place. So when I look at it, I have my ones, my tens, my hundreds, my thousands. And so that's why. Just like that. Yes, it is 35. So we have 3, 1, 2, 3 in the tens column. I have 3 tens and then I have a 5. The 5 in the ones column. That's why. There you go. There you go. Good job. Good job. Thank you, Curly Nessie. Thank you, Jonas. Thank you, Rapwood. So our next number is, oh, that's a very good question. Thank you for asking. So now I know you're actively learning instead of passively watching, right? So our next number, we have the top bead is a value of 5 and the bottom bead is a value of 1. So when we put it together, thank you. Thank you for the share. Thank you so much for the share. We have 50, we have 7. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you, Rapwood. It is 57. 57, to show it again, thank you, Chris. We have 5 on the top and then 5 here. So that's why it's being counted, because they're touching the reckoning bar. If I take this away, this would be 2. But when I add it, it would be 7. So we have 57 on the abacus. That's what that looks like. And then we have our next number. So our next number is, we have our 10s and we have our 1s. What number do you think that is? Thank you. It is 29. Almost, Jonas. It is 29. There you go. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Rapwood. You're going too fast. Go slow. So we have 29 on the abacus. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. So then what's our next number? Always gets me. Yep. What's our next number? Thank you. Oh yeah, thank you, Curly, thank you for dropping by. Thank you so much. You got Jonas your close remover too. Thank you. Yes, thank you, Rapwood. Thank you, Chris. I'm sorry, I was trying to read the comment. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. Dr. Waffles. Thank you, Dr. Waffles, for the follow. So our next number over here is going to be our 10s and our 1s. That's what we have. Autocorrect. Oh, that autocorrect. Thank you, Jonas. Thank you, Chris. It is 47. So we have 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 7. 5, 6, right? Together, this makes 6. But then we have this 5 plus 2 makes 7. So when we're looking, these beads that are touching the reckoning bar is considered counted. So when they're counted, that would be 47. So that's what 47 looks like. And then we're on our next number. Oh, good, Dr. Waffles. I'm so happy. Oh, good. You understand DT? DTI. Good. Yes, 60, right? 60, and then 2. The bottom beats a value of 1, so we have 2 added, and then this is 6. So we have the top beat is 5, and the bottom beat is 1. Thank you, Real Deal. If I add the 5 here, then we have 7. But if I take away the 5, we have 2. Yes, thank you. It is 62. Well done. Well done. And this is it. This is our last number. Do we have time? We have time for a little bit of adding. We have time for a little bit of adding. Thank you. Oh, good. Thank you, Real Deal. Yeah, this is available. This is a two-digit maze, and this is available in my shop. It is, you're right. Thank you, Jonas. Thank you, Rapwood. Thank you, Chris. It is 60. It is 3. And it's interesting. Once we're able to see the numbers, we'll be able to do some adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing. That's what we can do. All right. So that's my book. So this book is filled with a bunch of mazes, and what this was the idea with this was to make sure you understand how to read the abacus in a fun way. There's a little bit of a review. We talk about how to read the abacus for single digits. We talk about how to read the abacus with double digits. It doesn't go higher than 99 just because 99 is our highest double digit. And then we have a bunch of mazes. And then there's another thing is I do provide a mask maze. The reason why I have a mask maze that is to cover the answers, because it's easy to see what our numbers are, right? It's easy to see the path. So that's why I have a mask maze. But I noticed that the paper itself is a little bit thin, so I give you the opportunity to download the mask maze, and then you can print it on something thicker. This one just happens to be a file folder, and it's been some good use right now. And so what I do is I use this to focus on the number and making sure that I don't see the answers. And that's what I do. And so when we're looking, and this is the maze. I already did this maze, but I was showing you how we did it. And then I have another one, which is this. This is what I call a reverse maze. The reverse maze means that I give you the path, I give you the number, and it's your job to color in the answers that's correct. So when we're looking, if you have any problems, I do have the answers in the back of the book. When I was Abacus was a toy. No one taught us to use it, and you taught me in 2 minutes. Yeah, Abacus actually has been around since before Christ. And so we actually don't use it. In America, we don't use it for the tool that it is. But it's actually a very powerful tool. It is actually a very powerful tool. Next time, can we do subtraction plus, like the guy said, you taught me so easy. Oh, yeah. Yeah, not a problem, not a problem. I just gotta get ready for class because I do have a student and I do teach. I do teach Abacus, and that's all I teach. As I teach Abacus, and we can go into adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing. But yes, thank you. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. But I know in some of the videos, some people try to explain what the abacus is, but I think because yeah, it just makes a lot of sense to me. And I feel like it's the greatest thing next to sliced bread. So if you're interested, I do have this available in my shop. It also includes the abacus. How much is your teaching sessions? Well, if it's if it's online, individual, I teach. I'm charging a monthly fee of 150. It's for half an hour weekly. Where am I from? I'm from California, Los Angeles. That's where I'm from. So, yeah, but if it's in person, I have my in person one is 200, but that's if you're in California. That's if you're in Monterey Park. Yeah. But I just charge monthly, and because some nice, I'm from Iowa, Florida. Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm trying to get here early for Chris. Yeah. So, yeah, and so I do have a couple of students in Florida, and so I would just kind of go around their schedule. Some of the kids that I have are young. I haven't taught adults yet, but I think it'd be just the same. Just the activities would be different, and it's also self-paced, not self-paced. It is also customized to your learning schedule. Sorry, but this is free and it's awesome. Why are you sorry? Yeah. So it is available here, and yes, I do have services. If you're interested, Chris, yeah, you can go down to there's a link at the bottom called Service Plus. You can DM me. I do have a couple of people that are interested in it as well, and yeah, okay. Yeah, no, thank you for the question, because I don't advertise it. I don't mention it enough, and so people don't know that I actually do teach. I actually do teach one on one. Or if you're but you're pretty good. If you want to just wait for the activities in the books, that's fine too. Excuse me. Yeah. You know what? This is time. I actually don't have mine. Good morning after a good evening and a good night. Yes, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, apartment. Good morning, doorway. Morning wall. Morning ceiling. Good morning, floor. Ready to start the day.
I hated math growing up. I feel like this would have been made. Yes, exactly. This would have made it much easier. So, yes, I am planning to make more books. I think, Chris, what do you think? I think the multiplication is going to be, I think the multiplication one is going to be a hit. Which one of your books would you recommend for adults for fun? I have this one. You could do this one. Can you do a real quick addition? Yeah. Um, so we have this one. You could do this one. I do have one. I do have a few adults that have gone through all of my books, and then I also have an adult book. Multiplication for sure. Okay, we'll do multiplication. Just for, we can do multiplication. I do have this one available in, this is coming in to my store. But for right now, it is over there. It is where? It is over here. You know that, right? So there is this book that is available for my, oh my God. I just want to do this. Come on. This is ridiculous. There we go. There we go. Come on. I don't like the new interface for iPhones. There we go. Can I do that? Nope. So, anyways, sorry. Do I make it all myself? Yes. All of these are my books and my books only. Okay. We'll do let me get my papers. So, okay. Okay. So here is a simple addition, right? We'll do simple addition. So for those of you that are interested, I do have my books available on my shop and over here. My name is Lynette, and I've been teaching Abacus for about 20 years now. So the first thing we're going to do is understand we have 25 on the Abacus, right? So we put 25 on the Abacus, we have 20, and we have 5. And when I add 54, when I add 50, all I got to do is add the 5. Can I add the 4? Can I add the 4? Yes, we can. We can add the 4. And then we have 20. All we got to do is add the 20. Add the 2, add the 0. That's it. So what's my final answer? $99. Yes, thank you, JD. Thank you, Chris. So that was I called it a simple arithmetic. That's simple because we didn't have to use any of the formulas, right? It's just adding them out. Exactly, for right now, because I didn't teach you how to use formulas. So here's the next one. So this is the last question I have because I do got to go to get ready. So Abacus is distributive property. Distributive property means what? Distributive property means that we need to break it up into smaller chunks, right? So the math rule is the distributive property. We're going to break our numbers into smaller chunks. This is 3 digits. Yes, thank you, Chris. So we have 3 digits on the Abacus. Let me bring that down a little bit. So we know that our answer is going to be somewhere in the hundreds. How do I know? Because all I got to do is count my numbers. That's all I have to do. That's it. So when we're looking, we know it's going to be 3 digits. 1, 2, 3. The first number we're going to do is what? 9 times 5. That's what we're going to do. 9 times 5 is 45. Add the 4, add the 5. And then what's next? My next one we have to do is 5 times 5. 5 times 5 is 25. Right? Thank you, Chris. Add the 2, add the 5. And so my final answer is, what's my final answer? What's my final answer? Yes, thank you, Rapwood. Yes, it is 475. Don't forget the top beat is a value of 5. 1 looks like that. And 5 times 5 is not 21. So that's a little bit about adding on the Abacus. I got 610. I don't know how you got 610. Because 5 times 9 is 45. 5 times 4 is 45. You add the 4, you add the 5. Stay here, and then you add 25. That's why, Kyla. That's why you got it. Because you don't add the 2 here. You got to go to the next one over. You know what I mean, Kyla? So don't stay here in the hundreds. You got to go to the next one over here, which is the 10s and the 1s. When do you go live? I usually go live in the morning and in the evening. So I try to go 8 or 9 Pacific Standard Time. Kyla, did that make sense? How many books do I have? I've got 14 right now. I'm working on 15. Oh, thank you, real deal. Yeah. So, yeah, you have to remember to go 1 and then 1. So you do 45 and then 50 and then 25. See how I went through each column at the same time? So that's the problem. Because what you did is you added the 2. Oh, I don't know how you got 10. Oh, there we go. We added 10. So, right. Because what it was 45 and then 60. Nope. It should have been 71. It should have been 71. Because it's 25. Yeah. All right. So, real Nate Dogg is a hater. You're so judgy. People need to go back to grade school if you don't remember basic multiplication. You know, Nate Dogg, not everybody is lucky like you. You be on tonight? Yes, I will be on. Actually, I'll be on again at 3 because I'm going to do something with my friend. We're going to just be talking about math. So I'm actually going to do 3 times today. So it'll be 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time today. And then I think I'll be coming back on at 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. I don't know if I'll be doing any Abacus at 3 o'clock. I'm not sure. Thank you, Nelly, for the follow. Thank you. Yeah. So it's 6 Eastern, correct. 6 Eastern and 11. Yes, correct. How long does a book usually take to finish? It depends on the child, right? So if a child is young, it might take them the my first book, it took them like a year to go through. The other, and but if they're a little bit older, it might take them about a month. So it all depends. And it's the pace of the child. It also the pace of the parent that provides the information. Because my ideally is you would introduce 1 or 2 pages a day, and the books are about 100 pages. Yeah, for adults. I don't know, Chris. How long did it take you? Like 3 days? It took me longer to create than Chris to go through. Yeah, right? How so Chris got my book. How long did it take you, Chris? I have another one. I have another person that did the that is doing it, but she's only doing 2 pages a day cuz if she did everything she'd finish it all in one day. But yeah, and it's kind of packed with activities. So here are some examples of my activities. I have 6 days. Oh, I have 8 pages left. Ah, my goodness, Chris, I might get it. Spend some time with my nephew. Oh, that'd be good. That'd be good. You might. I don't know how old your nephew is, but you might be interested in the maze books. The maze books. The kids find it interesting. I do. So here are some of the activities that I have in the other books. I have word problems. I have hidden words. I have color by number, mazes, and tic tac toe. Oh, maybe you could do tic tac toe with your kid, with your nephew. So you answer the question, and then you place your marker, and then all the answers are in the back of the book. Yeah. Four. Oh, four. Four. I would recommend the I would recommend the preschool one, and because, or unless the 4-year-old really knows their number, then I would go into doing the mazes. That's what I would do. I wouldn't go straight into the adult book, because it is condensed. It is condensed. Practice, practice, practice is the key. Thank you. I had a good time. Super good at math. I'm 13, and it would be probably like me. Yeah, 2.5. Yeah, but he thinks he's 6. That's fine. You could start him off with this one with the 2 digit, and I think that would be fun. And it's all about the mazes and recognizing the beads. Once he gets to that, then you can go into doing concepts. The concept itself. So this book is about this book is all about the concept of how to add a 5, and it might take him maybe a month, maybe less. It just depends. It just depends on how they like it. And then after that is the minus the 5. So there's a whole series that I have, and I'm still building out my series. Because after he knows how to make a 5, then he'll have to know how to make a 10. After making a 10, he will minus the 10. And then after that, he needs to figure out how to do a 2-step equations. Anything for middle school, I would start from for middle school. Not yet. Not yet. Because in middle school, but the only thing we do with middle school is adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing. And I'd probably do like 4 or 5 digits. You might want to start off, you know what, to start off with middle school, I would start off with the mazes. You can either do a 4-digit maze or a 3-digit maze. You think they could do adult? Okay. Yeah, I don't know if they could. I don't know if it's too quick for them. You know what I mean? Because there's not a lot of practice in the adult one. I didn't make one for the school yet, for the middle school. But yeah, I mean, that's a good one. Yeah, because Chris does, she teaches middle schoolers, right? Or high schoolers. It might be too quick. I think it might be too quick. Is TikTok the only place to buy the Abacus? Only from me? No, the other place does it too. High school and college. I think the you can find the Abacus is over there. I think it'd be fine for high schoolers, but middle school I think it'd be a little bit too quick. Yeah. Hey Derek! Hey Derek, welcome! I was just about to log off. I want to support you. Oh yeah, I only sell the Abacus on my TikTok. I appreciate you. Yeah, I was noticing what you were mentioning, and thank you, Derek, for dropping by. But I am. Oh, thank you so much for the hat. Thank you so much for the hat. I appreciate that. Yeah, got it. Oh, thank you. No, thank you, Jonas. I'm hoping that it made a lot of sense. but yeah, for the preschoolers and stuff, that's where do I find the books? It's either here in my TikTok shop or it's over here. My name is Lynette. Thank you, Derek, for the Go Popular. New follower, interesting. I forgot all about the Abacus. Right, I'm teaching some 7th graders and 9th graders honors. Depends on the child. It does depend on the child. It does depend on the child. Thank you, Derek. Thank you so much for the gifts. Thank you. I just wanted to, yes, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Good morning.
Step 2, greet the day, smile, and say, Good morning, city!
I do sell 2 types of abacus, either a 13 column abacus or a 7 column abacus, and they're both made out of plastic. I'm totally interested, and I've been on my self-learning pace. Yes, yes, yes. I have a few older people as well. I have a student that's like 73, and they're going through the whole abacus journey, and it's really quite interesting. They're starting to see that they're starting to think a little bit faster now because they're going through the abacus method, which is crazy, right? Oh, remember, yeah. I have some other people that are on the disabled, but they're getting older, and as they get older, they're starting to think a little slower. And again, as they started their journey, they're starting to become a little bit faster with their thinking. So even getting this little brain gymnastics into your tool belt, I think would be very beneficial. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to introduce abacus to the matrix.
Welcome to the real world.
So thank you everybody for keeping your mind open. Please keep your mind open for something different, and that's what it is. It's not new. It's been around since Mesopotamia, before Christ came around. So just so you know, an abacus is the greatest thing next to sliced bread.
Now, open your mind to me, please. Open your mind.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you so much for dropping by. Matrix is my favorite movie. I know, right? Yeah, you're my people. You're my people. Yeah, I love the Matrix, yes, I love the Matrix. For those of you that are interested, I do have books available in my TikTok shop or available here. And I do need to head out. I do have to get ready for class. Thank you everybody for joining. Thank you so much for joining. And I will see you guys all in my next live. Several workbooks. I do. The sliced bread thing has gotten me. I heard another person say it. First 2 were peak cinema. Oh no, I liked them all. See you later, applesauce. Thank you so much. How do you... Okay, one last one. It's not complicated. Come back later. Thank you, applesauce. You're right. One more time. So all the beads touching the abacus, right? All the beads touching the reckoning bar is considered counted. So right now, this is 0. So what we're doing is we do this. That's all it is. This is 1. We have 2. Because the 2 beads here is a value of 1. We have 3 and then 4. Notice that I have 4. I have no more beads. How do I do 5? 5 is the top bead. 5 is the top bead. We have 5 and then plus 1 is 6. Notice it looks very similar to 1. We have 2. We add the 5. Now we have 7. We have 3. Add the 5. We have 8. We have 4 and add the 5. And now we have 9. After 9, well, what's 10? Same thing. The way we write 10 is 1 and a 0. That's it. 1 and a 0. We have 1 in the abacus. Ones. We have ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s. Thank you, applesauce. Yes, I know how to count really well from 0 to 9. So notice that we have our ones, and then after the ones is our decimal. Decimal sits between our ones and our tenths. So we have our tenths, and then we have our hundreds. And then that's it. Cool? All right. Thank you, you silly. Thank you so much for the question, but I am going to head out. Thank you so much, applesauce. Thank you so much. I will see you all in my next live. Have a good day, everybody. Have a good day. See you later, applesauce. See you later. Bye, everybody.